Hi, this is Francisco Bijan from vitalcoaching.com. We are talking about dating success for women, and the topic for this video is I have trouble finding nice guys. Another key question that was posted on my channel. Thanks for asking. For this one, there is something essential to realize. What if you have really trouble finding a nice guy out there? Every time you start dating, you realize that there is something about him that really doesn't match what you have in mind, or he does something that is really a big disqualifier. So what do you do about it? The first thing I want to say it is that there are millions of guys out there, right? Millions. So if you seem to come across people, guys, who are not actually fitting the idea that you have in mind, there are two things. It's either the idea that you have in mind is too much Prince Charming, too perfect, and it's very hard to find somebody in the real world who matches your ideal picture, right? That's one thing. Another thing is you might be hanging out in the wrong places or places where it's difficult to find a nice guy. In my opinion, if you tend to disqualify 90-95% of guys because you see certain flaws or certain things that are not good with them, then most of the times it means that you might be being a bit too picky. That's a possibility, right? If you tend to disqualify guys very easily, for instance, you spend 5 minutes with them, and then, within 5 minutes you already see lots of things which are not right about them, then usually it is the sign that you are being a bit too picky. It means that you have this very ideal picture, and guys simply cannot match the romantic dream that you have in mind. So in the real world, guys have flaws. Guys are humans. Guys will sometimes do something that you think it's not really nice to do that, but they will still do it. So you can forgive them, you can look at the positives, you can look at them from a different perspective, a different angle, and think, you know what, this is kind of sexy. I know it's not perfect, it's not, the thing that I had in mind, but he is a human being, he makes his own choices, and maybe that's something I have to learn to live with or accept or see it as a positive or as a bit of a challenge. So that's one way to go. What I want to tell you it is that I see many women out there disqualifying guys very easily, right? They will come to a first date and they will have this kind of job interview attitude, really checking everything about the guy, and as soon as they can find a couple of elements or flaws in them, disqualifiers, they are actually happy. Why? Because, when you're single, it's kind of comfortable, right? Starting to date and starting to engage into the dating process is something that can be a bit challenging. So many women prefer actually staying within the single space. They say they want to find somebody, but very often they stay within the single kind of space or attitude because dating somebody is challenging. So what they do very often is they're going to go on dates, they are going to pretend, outwardly that they want to find somebody, but as soon as they start going on a date, for instance, meet guys, they are going to look for the disqualifiers, the flaws, the places where a guy is going to make mistakes. So they are going to look for those ones, and as soon as they see one, bang, they hit on it and say, you see, I told you, you're not the right guy for me. So they go back then to their comfort zone. The reason why many women tend to do that is because they are in fact a bit afraid of the dating thing, the dating challenge, and rather than taking the risk and going out there, they start looking for the flaws or the reasons not to go ahead and date. Now, I'm not saying that the person who posted this video is fitting within that. I'm just saying that this is something, a pattern I observe quite frequently. I see women disqualifying guys very frequently, not because the guy is a bad person, but because they are really looking for the flaws. They are really looking for it so that they don't have to engage into the dating process and go back to their comfort zone. Okay, that's one thing. Now, if you have difficulties finding guys, I would say, any social activity, any social event is a good way to start. There is not a place that I can identify, a place where you can go to where it's going to be a gold mine of just very quality dates. You can change clubs, you can try, experiment, go to different dating sites. If one dating site is not a good one, go to another one. But online, simply online, if you post a profile as a woman, you will have hundreds of responses. So online, internet dating, I think it's a good place to start. Take care for now and enjoy. Bye-bye.